episode 2 of the Freedom Founders Life Series. I'm Dung Nguyen and I'm so excited to have you here today. If you are joining us for the first time, this series is all about sharing real stories and valuable insight from digital business entrepreneurs who transform their life and inspiring you to take that leap to work, like to work the time freedom and financial independence. For today episodes, we are focusing on breaking barriers and building a better future. I am joined by two extraordinary guests who have embraced digital entrepreneurship and are here to share their powerful journeys with us. Emily Elkuva from California and Kate Howard from Habitat. So, Emily, could you please introduce yourself to our audience? Thank you.
Hello, everyone. We are in different time zones. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. I'm also an immigrant from the Philippines. So magandang araw, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat, magandang buhay sa ating lahat. Yes, my name is Emily and I'm coming to you live from California. Okay, I'm an LVN, but I have spent the past several years as a stay-at-home mom and I'm loving it. Back to you, Yoon.
Thank you, Emily. So, Emily, a licensed vocational nurse and devoted mother of two Roshan from California. So, Emily have master balances her career, family, and her digital business, creating a life of purpose and flexibility. And we have Keith also. Keith, let our audience know more about you. Thank you.
Thank you, Young. So, as she mentioned, my name is Keith Holwa. I am living in Alberta, Canada. I was born and raised here. I started working in the oil and gas industry at a fairly young age, and I wanted to work overseas. So that's what I did. I worked overseas for 23 years. I
Mm.
married a Cuban lady while I was there. So now we've got my Cuban wife and we've got two sons. And I call it immigrating, but for me, it's not immigrating. But I immigrated back from Cuba to Canada in 2023. I continued to work in the oil and gas industry up until last year, where I was terminated from my job. I was fully expecting that that was going to happen. So I decided that I was going to go full time into this online digital business space. And that's what I'm doing now, full time.
Yes.
Thank you, Keith. So you guys can hear from him that Keith is a former oil and gas professional who like now work full time on his digital business, proving that you can pivot to a completely new path and thrive, right? So I'm also very excited for you to hear their inspiring story and wisdom they will share about overcoming challenges and embracing change. Let's dive in. Okay, so I have question for Emily. So what's your life like before starting your digital business?
That is a great question because I've been a stay-at-home mom for over a decade now. So all I did all those many years just to stay home, be a mom, and be a wife. And I did that because when we moved to our new home, like in 2014, my younger son was I think he was like 10 years old at the time, and actually he had anxiety issues. So and then he loved the school. And when we moved to our new home, he wasn't happy. And I feel that he's gonna have those anxiety issues again. So I decided to just stay home with him, and I'm just so glad that I did. But then 2 years ago, when he was getting ready to go to school, to college, because he graduated from high school in 2012, no, 2022, I knew I was gonna have a lot of time on my hands. And I don't like wasting time. It's like I've done my job already, being a mom already. And to me, being a stay-at-home mom was like a do-over because
Mm-hmm.
when my first son was born, we were in Germany, and I had to work there. And there was one time I remember when I dropped him off to the babysitter's house. I uh, look back, and then I saw him at the window, staring out the window, watch me as I walked away. You know what? It was like so
Oh,
heartbreaking, so heartbreaking. Maybe he was really
yeah.
mad every day, probably, most likely. So I said, "Wow, if only I could stay home with my son." But that did not happen because we were like starting out as a family. So we moved to California, like like late 90s, and I had my younger son that in the mid 2000. I said, I wish I could stay home because I was working up to the time, like 1 month before he was gonna, be born. And so, you know what? Really, God knows our desires, and He allowed me to work from home. I mean, to stay home all those years during those formative years for my younger son. And so, but then we all know the high cost of sending someone to college, right? Your child, and we needed the extra funds, and also we have some home improvement projects we had to do. We have done quite a few already, but then we still have to do a few more. And my husband
Mhm.
is planning to retire. Hopefully, he could retire in a couple of years. So all this come to the forefront. I knew I had to contribute again to the family. I just didn't know how because to return to my nursing profession, it would take a while because I have to take a refresher course and it would be like for months. And I have to commute to San Francisco on a daily basis. So I didn't want to do that again because I'm a little bit older now and I also have physical pains too. So it will be hard for me to care for patients this time around. And so I prayed to God to give me something, and I saw this ad on Facebook, but on my news feed, like you all did, like we all did, and so it was like the answer to my prayer, and that's why I'm here now doing this business.
Wow, wow, thank you. Yeah, as a parent, we really want to, like spend more time for our kids. And, I did. I also work very, very hard in the sustainability industry. Even though I work in the sustainability industry, but I never have the work-life balance. I
Wow.
work very hard. I work long hour, 15 to 20 hours a day,
Wow.
like crazy, like a robot. I'm just, can talk to my kids by Zoom, by Skype. That is
Wow.
not really,
No.
I don't think that I live a life. I just survive, something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, we can we have more information about the biggest challenge and also the frustration you have in your previous career, Kate?
Well, to be honest, I really loved what I did. I and
Mm-hmm.
that's what I wanted to do at a young age. I think most young people dream of traveling and doing something, and that's what I did. I traveled around. And in fact, I was over in Emily's country. She said she was from the Philippines, and in my early 20s, I worked in Cagayan de Oro for a short while.
Wow.
And so, uh, I didn't really start to have a lot of frustrations with my job until I was married and I had children.
Mm-hmm.
I like yourself, young. I worked very long hours and I would work for days on end. So lots of times I would be working 12, 13, 14, 15 hours a day. And I
Yes.
would do that for weeks on end. And so, before I was married, it didn't matter to me. I wanted to work. I had a goal that I wanted to achieve, and um,
Mm-hmm.
my mind was set on that. But again, life changes, and I think for most people, you're young and you don't have no responsibilities. You're doing whatever, and then as you have a family and progress through that, it everything changes. And so I didn't want to work so much. And
Mm-hmm.
where I was working at, I guess my biggest frustration was time. I had no time to spend with my family. I would go home to sleep and I would have the weekends, whatever. If I had a weekend off, I would have that time. But I didn't go on any vacation. So I would take, for example, my wife and kids, and I would drop them off at a hotel for what they call a day pass or for the weekend, and they would go to the swimming pool and to the beach and do whatever they were doing. But I wouldn't be there for any of that. I was working, and that was one of the things that it's not my employer's fault. That was the agreement that we had when I first started working there. So that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
now I'm at this point of time of my life where I'm middle aged and I got some gray in my hair now. And I'm I'm again, my view of life has changed again since moving back to Canada, and I do want to continue to work, so I'm doing this online business. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, this is what I really want to do now. I've been at this for over a year now, and I really understand how all of this works. And I enjoy my time. So I get up and I work from home. I'm in
Mhm.
my own little home office here right now, and I get to spend all of my time here at home, with my family, helping them get started here in Canada. So my youngest son is taking an extra year of high school. So, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to support him, and and to help get my older son as well started here. So yeah, that was my biggest frustration, I guess, was not having the time to spend with them
Mhm. Yeah.
and and to help. So now I'm doing and this is what I want to do.
Yeah, so similar to Emily, Kev, we as a parent, we really want to have time for our kids. Yeah,
Mhm.
like once my daughter, she told me, Mom, I wish you were my teacher
Wow.
because my teacher actually understand me more than you do.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, so
yeah.
this is
Ouch.
really,
Correct.
really
Ouch.
heartbroken.
Mm-hmm.
I at
Hmm.
that time I thought that I have to change.
Yeah.
And my mom, she spent her entire life taking care of me, taking care of my kids. Then now she's never be here anymore. I cannot take care of her. I could not, and now I cannot. If I decided to be my own boss. I don't want to work for anyone else anymore. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
a robot. I want to live. I don't want to just survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that is, I think, every one of us always want to live and enjoy our life, right?
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
don't want anyone who decide our life, you
Right.
know yeah. So what's was the most valuable lesson you learn as a digital business owner, Emily?
Valuable lessons I've learned as a digital business owner. So many to mention. So I'm just gonna mention a few. I've learned that we all have courage within. We just gotta have to unleash that. And once we have unleashed it, we can go far and wide. And it's up to us to really to take on the challenges because before the digital business came to me, I'm very, really introverted person. Very introverted from since I could remember. I didn't even want to talk
Mm-hmm.
to the boys in elementary. Believe me, I did not talk to any one of them. And now I have an interview platform on my page, and I do the live videos. And now I'm with you, and so yeah, we have the courage within that we can unleash anytime, and God gave it to us because He wanted us to grow in this life, and that I learned that community support exists in this life, in this business, because I've been to so many businesses out there, but I've never seen this kind of community support or we collaborate together and grow. And we are not selfish to share what we know, and that's why I believe in humanity, in this digital business. And another lesson, we just gotta have to have trust in the process because it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna come to us if it's our time, and with the support system that the mentor and the coach and our teammates and all of us in the community globally,
Yep.
we're gonna get there someday. So I've learned so many, but I'm not gonna take so much of the time. So back
Yeah.
to you, John.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Like every business, we need to be patient. We
Yeah.
need to be patient to see the result. Although this business,
Hmm.
it won't take us a lot of time because this is the proven system and we have the full system and training to provide us with everything we need for the business, right? And
Yeah.
also with this business, like Emily said, that we have the community support, we have mentor, we have coach, we have the entire community of more than
Yeah.
227,000 people around the love. We have the mastermind every week. So that's it really, very good for us to build our mindset, to build, our strong for our business successfully. So yeah, this is really, really, really good. However, this is not the get rich with scheme. So we need to be patient. We know that we will be there. Let's do it. Just do it. Yeah, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I have another question for Keith. How do you stay focused and motivated, especially when challenges arise? So I know that where every of us have challenge, right? For me, for example, when I started this business, I knew nothing about online. My English was not very good. When I watched the webinar, I have to watch it 3 times to understand
Wow.
what they are talking about. Yeah. But I do it, just do it. So I would try to understand or learn from E how you stay focused and motivated, especially when challenges arise.
So for me, when challenges arrive, I usually go get a rum and coke. No, to be honest, staying focused can be a tough thing to do because even though you're running your own digital business, and some people are still working, they're doing a job and they're doing this and they've got a family
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
they've got the problem of the day. And you know, I think for me, where I find how I stay focused is by getting involved in doing just this, what we're doing today. Do a live with somebody that I've never met before. I haven't met either of you before today. So for me, this is part of it for me to stay motivated to meet new business owners, spend some time with them, which is good for me and it's good for you. Um, and I also like to partake in our daily drop-ins that they have, uh, and as
Mhm.
many as I can. And if I can't watch them live, I'll watch a replay or whatever. But for me, that's being immersed in this. I
Yes.
think that's where what really helps me stay focused and motivated and my eye on the ball for what the future can hold. And there's so many people, and I know all three of us have seen this, where somebody that's come from very little and don't have anything to lose and they take a chance and they say, I'm going to do this, and they do this. They make a business out of this, and they change their lives by being able to make money to help themselves. And what I find is listening to these people's stories, they're not only doing this for themselves, but they're doing it for their families, whether it be their immediate family in their household, but I'm talking about families in other countries. And
Yes.
there's so much generosity here. I
Mhm.
just I love the stories. That's the best part of it. And that's what, honestly, that's what really keeps me focused and motivated is listening to other people's stories. That's it for me. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Mhm.
be engaged. Yeah, actually, this business is it really good that we have the community, we have the global community, we have mentor, we have coach, and we have different, like small group that help us to build our skill and also to help us to stay focused. Just surround ourselves like with people that uplifting you, and the culture of this community is really, really good. I never found any community that's good as this one, because people they just not only think about their business, they also think about how we can grow together, how we can be successful together. I also jump into the like the daily drop in. I share my knowledge to whatever, like any expertise that I have, I share with the community, because I also get a lot from the community. Yeah, I never, skip any mastermind weekly. Even though, I try to watch it live, but if I cannot, I will watch the replay right after, like the same day, so that I can be motivated. I learn more, I draw, and actually with this business, I'm not only grow it personally, it's also professionally. And is it really, really good? Like talking with other people similar to Kate, I'm keep talking, do the interview, talk to like many people, even though it's just the first time, but they welcome to join me to share their story. Isn't it really, really good and also very inspiring? That is how we work. And some very new, but they are eager to talk and share their story, share their experience using this amazing system to run the business. So we are not here just trusting you. Actually, we experience using the system, and we found, wow, this is really good. Never you can find where you can get everything in the home banking to run the business. I run different business before because I wanted to be my own boss. I don't want to work for anyone else. So I started my own business, different kind of business. I have the travel company, like the service company, the factory myself, but I closed all of them because it cost me a lot. I did not know how to sell, how to do marketing, how to, like it's very hard to think about what kind of products should like I produce to the customer, blah blah blah. So it cost me a lot too. But with this business, I'm very happy because it's answer all of my requirement. I used to lead the entire Southeast Asia country and also Oceania country. I work for someone else, but later on they just like discuss with me, can we reduce the salary a little bit because the company, like the cost, blah blah blah. Why do we spend time to work for someone else? Spend time to work for your own, right?
Right.
Yeah, but this community and people around us help us to stay focused and really motivated. We have webinar, we have mastermind, we have daily routine, we have different, group to share with us their successful story. They share with us their mistakes so that we can learn from the mistake and we avoid time and cost, blah blah blah, for our business. Is it really, really amazing? Okay, so I hope that with this episode that you have a very, very like more information about how we run this business, how we actually overcome the challenge and embrace the change, right? So I would thank you to Kate and Emily to be here today and share your journey with success, with us, honesty and heart. To everyone watching, if you ever feel up, unsure, or like you mean for something bigger, I hope today episode show you that change is possible. With the right system, mindset, and support, you can create a life of freedom and fulfillment. If you're ready to learn more or take that first step, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We love to share how this business have changed just not only my mind but the life of so many in this community of more than 2,000 27 227,000 people around the world. Thank you so much for joining us for episode number 2 of the Freedom Founders Life Story. Be sure to tune in next Monday for another episode filled with insights and inspiration. Until then, remember your journey start with one step. Take it today. See you soon. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Jan. Thank you, Emily. Bye.
Many blessings.